And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marshall County Today, the new talk show aimed at informing you about stories of people and businesses around your neighborhood. We got some great events that's going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. One of them is going to be this Friday, as we want to welcome in our guest today, Tammy Rockin, as she heads the Rockin' Rockies Special Needs event at PHS. I'm going to tell you, I just love this. And we're going to be there again with a live remote because I want to share this entire experience with my listeners. So, Tammy, good morning, first of all. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
So, let's first of all kind of tell people what the Rockin' Rockies Special Needs event is.
So this is the third year, so we refer to it as Rockin' Rockies 3 or R3. And after the pandemic, we're trying to find a way to build the community back together, the special needs community. Pre-pandemic, we had hosted a special needs prom for 5 years, and it was just an amazing event.
It was.
And we just could not, we were still under social distancing, so I thought, you know what, we can pull together sort of a field day event out on the football field, which would be able to be safely together. The special needs community in general can sometimes be a little bit isolated, so it's like, let's just get back together. And it had been the first event in about 2 years that everyone got back together, so it started from there, and it has now grown. I ask exponentially, it is huge, and it's way more than a field day. So that doesn't even adequately embrace the event. And I ask every year in the fall to the schools, do you want the prom or do you want this event? And it's I don't believe we're going back to a prom. Mm-hmm. That was a little special to me, but it's all about Rockin' Rockies. And I think because there are so many options there that day that it really hits every need. So every kid gets to find some niche that they really truly enjoy. And of course, being outside always makes you feel better. So
oh, absolutely.
This day, it takes place at the rock pile, and we've changed it a little bit this year because Plymouth is adding unified sports, which is really exciting. So we next year will compete with unified sports, and of course I've done that in previous schools, and so I'm super excited to see that. So this day is going to kick off with the athletic pieces first thing in the morning, and so we're going to have some running events, shot put, and long jump, which are all events that you can compete in and track in unified sports.
Nice.
And totally adapted to whatever your need is. So it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair, you're going to run a race, or you can throw a softball. And so it's not about how good an athlete you are. It's all about inclusion and just having fun. And everyone's going to be a winner that day. So I'm super excited about that piece of it, to see how that comes together.
It's very special.
It is.
It's just very, very special.
And I have to really give a shout out. Stephen Hovermail is our PE teacher at the high school, and he has just owned this. So every year he's done this, he has I want to help. And so he brings his students out and they run those events. So every hour there's his students are coming out and helping with that. And he organizes all the athletic piece, and we've upped the ante this year. But it's just amazing to see how he's adapted it and all the work he's put in, and I really appreciate that.
We are going to be there, but I'm bringing my staff with me, Patricia and Doug, and we're going to we're doing the live remote all together, but at the same time, we're just going to appreciate
the moment
we have,
and
in the moment, because that's how much it touched me, and that's the beauty of this. These kids, I wish we could just record the whole day and just show it to the world, and then say, see what happens when you support each other. You see what happens when you love each other. You know, it's an amazing scenario.
You're hitting on it, and you get it. This event, and what's I think unique about this event, because it's just not going to be only special needs students out there, and we have approximately 150 that are going to be attending from 12 area schools and Marshall Stark. We have a few schools that can't come because of scheduling reasons this year, but I have about 80 high school volunteers. High school students are going to volunteer. Peer tutors that are in my classroom. I've got student council. I have Sunshine Club. I have a student from Unified Sound. We have Unified Sound at Plymouth High School, which is really a unique experience also. And we also have our culinary classes are doing the food, some of the food for that event. Of course, I've mentioned the PE classes are helping. And it's a unique experience in the sense that it's not just special needs, it's bringing the Plymouth high school community together. And I'm a firm believer, I have seen it, I live this with my own sons, that this event is totally for special needs kids. It's all about them. Everything about them is for them.
Everything.
But everyone else that's there is going to be touched in some way and learn from it also. And that's how we build community. That's how we make Plymouth better. That's how we just become better when we start to look through a different lens than our own.
Amen.
I think it teaches us gratitude for some of the abilities that we have, and then it teaches us also. I just know my sons are heavily involved in Special Olympics, and when I go and I just see the effort and what other people with a special ability have to do to be able to participate and to work, and how much work and effort they put into it, that just opens my eyes even more and gives you learn gratitude, you learn kindness, you learn awareness, and that just makes us all better.
It's just the outside the box determination and will but to me, it's about the how the kids support each other, and they do. You know, if they're racing, for example, and there's not another activity, every special needs child goes over to watch that race and encourages the ones from not in the same school. All line up. And they cheer the hell out of these racers.
It's 100%.
It is so inspiring.
It is.
We as a society nowadays could learn from these kids how to approach things. I just marvel at it. I get goosebumps. I can't wait to watch it again this Friday.
And we don't see. They don't see it's all about me. It's just about us. And it's not like, well, that person's doing better than I did. They don't see that. They're winners every time they cross the finish line. They're a winner when they throw the ball. It's community. And there are 3 times a year that we are able to get together. I host a Halloween dance at Plymouth High School. It's not on the scale of this, but everyone's invited. And that's the first kickoff of the year that this community of students in this area, about 150 of them, get together. Knox High School does the same group, and they have a Christmas dance, which is another time. And then this is like the big here. This is the big kahuna. This one's the huge one. And so we're also building community that these kids start to know each other. They start to remember. It's like, oh, I remember you.
Right.
And they're building friendships that are really hard in the special needs community because, I can just get up and drive anywhere I want to go if I want to have dinner or lunch with a friend, and that's harder. For a parent, you have to somehow try to orchestrate that for your special needs child. As you're a young adult, you don't always have that flexibility, and you're dependent on other people to help make that happen. And so we are making that happen. And often those friendships carry into adulthood because maybe they might go to Marshall Stark or participate in Special Olympics. Like, oh, I remember you, or I met you here. And so that I love. And I'll just say, I've been doing this a long time, and my 2015 was the first special needs prom, and I have peer tutors in my classrooms, and you just start to see. I mean, I've had peer tutors in high school that have gone on to be special needs teachers, and one of them's teaching in Culver right now, and some have gone on to be therapists, and you realize, wow, like I didn't know this is what I needed to do until I stepped in this classroom.
Absolutely.
And I'm a firm believer. I tell everybody that works as a part of it, I said, you'll make a difference. From this event going forward, your eyes will be open. And that's just going to teach your family someday. And you might be working next to someone who you realize, they have a special ability. Something's just, different about them, but that's okay. And I'm just going to be a little kinder and know how to help them. They set examples.
Those kids set examples.
They do.
I don't know how else to put it.
I don't either. I have
I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way we could make this to the public, because
everyone.
I can sit here and try to explain how amazing this event is, but I'm still not doing it justice.
No, you have to be there.
You have to be there to witness it. You know, and I hope one of these times we have a discussion about letting John Q. Public time, come in, and I think that's just a matter of formatting the times and stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a great experience that I'm kind of left a little bit speechless every year. And it is a good refresher about, if these kids can just care, support, and be nice to each other, why am I struggling over a dumb advertising thing?
Yeah.
Why am I upset that I shanked the golf ball to the right? I mean, you stop and think about that stuff. It's
right, exactly.
That kindness is just it soaks into you that you're like, I need to handle things better.
It's a good example it's a good reminder about what's important.
Exactly.
It really is. And there isn't every single student that's going to be there that day will have challenges bigger than what I face. Every single one. My sons have autism, and they have every single day. They just a typical day, even a good day, is harder than my worst day.
Yep.
It just is.
Well put.
And we can learn from that. And I think that we don't always. We don't know what we don't know, and so these events are so important because I just hope I believe in my heart that it helps to build community, and that's always a lacking area. We still need to do better. I mean, the whole world needs to do better when it comes to inclusion and everything from offering jobs to housing to how do we acclimate people that have special abilities or they're different of us into that way. And it starts with something like this.
Absolutely.
It absolutely starts, and it starts with someone like you who's coming and it's like, man, I get it. I get it now. I can talk about it. And we can talk about it, and you can see pictures of it because I have lots of pictures.
Well, we do videos. We're going to be doing some videos too.
We had a student last year do a drone, and when that drone came back, I just had chills. It didn't do it justice in the sense that you didn't get the scope of how big everything was, but you got the feels, and it's like, oh my gosh, and the smiles. And I know I'm always like, by the end of that day, I'm always, you're tired, but it's this good tired, but you are refreshed and you're revived, and you just like, man, that was a good thing.
We just
did a really good thing.
You betcha.
Yeah,
that is. It is.
And I need to say that it's fully funded by donation. This is fully funded, and it costs a significant amount of money to pull this off, and it's not doable. This isn't me. This is nothing. This is just one person who just like, we need to pull these kids together. And quite frankly, probably from a personal place, because with my own sons back in the day and my own students, like I want them to be able to have these experiences in a way that meets their need and isn't overwhelming.
And they talk about it afterwards.
Oh, I have emails coming all the time from schools. We're so excited. There's a girl at Marshall Stark, and I saw her recently, and she found me on Facebook and messaged her, oh, I can't wait. Do I have to bring my own lunch? I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to. Every day I get a message from her name's Laren. Every single day I get a message from her. Just can't wait to come on Friday.
That's how big it is to these kids.
No, it's huge. These are milestones of the school year or the calendar year, and they look forward to it all year long. 100%.
So you were saying that you probably got a record number of kids possibly coming in, or at least bigger?
It's bigger. Some of the schools just have larger enrollment. Marshall Stark is coming, and they're bringing a significantly large group, and I include them because typically in school, you have the option of staying through the age 22, but a lot of students do exit and they go on to Marshall Stark. And so I just feel like they're still part of our special needs community. They're still school age, if they want to be a part of it. And that thrills me that they're coming. I mean, Absolutely. It thrills me that they're coming. And I know many of those young adults that are going to be coming, which is exciting to see, and they're really looking forward to it. And even with 3 schools less, I still think I'm at about 150 special needs kids.
Wow.
I have a little less than 100 high school volunteers. So some of them are peer tutors that spend every day in my classroom. I have student council, and I have some Sunshine Club girls that are all going to be participating, running events with students, and then between staff that will come from other schools, and of course I've got culinary students cooking and serving the food. So last year we were at about 360, and we'll be everywhere at that when you add everyone who's there and being a part of it.
It's such an event, and how you guys run it is incredible. I mean, it's clockwork. It's formatted.
It starts with, they'll start arriving at 9:30, and we start with the Walk of Champions, and each school is announced, and they walk the football field and go to their place on the field. And the neat part is everyone's going to be celebrating and counting. Well, they'll walk in, and all of my students that are volunteering will be there clapping them on and cheering them in, and they're really special. We're so happy, Knox, that you're here, and we're going to celebrate you in this moment. Right. And, Lincoln Junior High will come over because those are going to be my students next year, so they get to get a flavor of what am I coming to at the high school. And all of the, Argus, Bremen, they just get that opportunity that, wow, just for this moment, this is all about me. And then we start events, and it's just a kind of a round robin of events. We do a dance off on the football field for about 20 minutes. Everybody's out there dancing. And then throughout the day, we finish off some of the races, but at 11, we'll start eating in shifts. But that's also when the other fun begins, because there's, we have bounce houses, we have a dunk tank. I rent an arcade trailer, so there's arcade games. We have 14 what I call carnival games that are all set up, and they're just like if you go to the fair and you can, throw balls and win a stuffed animal. So we have 14 games, and each one has a different prize that they can win. A cakewalk.
Awesome.
I have a balloon and face painting artist who's coming in. We'll do balloons.
That's going to be popular.
Yeah, that was popular. And I mean, they're extravagant designs.
Right.
And so that's when the kids just go have fun. Just go have fun. Then we do a huge tug of war at the very end. That's a really big deal. But the whole afternoon just becomes, it's your own.
Yeah.
Just have fun, and food all over the place. And like I said before, it's not doable without a lot of donations. Not only from people providing services, Mid-City Supply. They have a long trailer full of charcoal grills, and they donate all the hot dogs and hamburgers, and they grill it all.
Awesome.
And then we have a whole full menu along with that, and it's just exciting. And then so many people in the community, like I said, we've raised over $5,000, and it takes a significant amount of money for not only food, and I do pay for some services. We get every kid a t-shirt. Bowen Printing is doing all of the t-shirts, and so everyone there will have a t-shirt.
It's a community event. It is. But again, I want people to come see this.
The T-shirt was designed by one of my students this year, and the back of it, what we put on there is, we're more alike than we're different. And you touched on it earlier, and I just think that's so true. Once we spend some time in community, we start to realize, wow, they're just like me.
Yeah.
They want friendship.
Yeah.
They want fun. They may need it or get to it in a different sort of way, but I'm telling you, all Friday's going to be is just a bunch of smiles. It'll just be.
It is.
It's infectious, and in that moment and that day, you're just going to look at it, and at least for me, I'm just going to walk away, and it's just like nothing that I'm worried about in my life is as big compared to what this is. No,
it's a getaway.
It's a getaway, and then it's also a refresher. Even though you're bone dog tired and you're exhausted, and it takes a week to clean up after the event and pack everything back up, but you are refreshed in a way that, wow, that was good stuff.
I needed that.
That was good stuff, and
I hope
grateful that we can give it to them. So grateful.
And the videos that we're going to do, that's what's going to happen, because it just magically happened last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, when I'm speechless about something, that means it's pretty damn important. And this is important.
It's very important.
And I want to share it. And I want people to know, not only are our kids out there,
right.
We do exist. Mm-hmm. We can also show you how life is meant to be.
Exactly.
And learn to appreciate what you have, celebrate what you have.
Right.
And I don't know. There's just a lot of life stuff that happens that these kids don't even know what they're doing. They're just out there trying to be a normal child, enjoying an opportunity to be that. Well, you gotta get the opportunity to be that.
Well, and I have a 28-year-old and a 27-year-old, and I've walked a long journey with them, and and they're autistic. The disability itself does limit some of those opportunities. I hate saying it, but it just does. Or
It does.
they're it's just not going to be as easy, or if you can it, and it just isn't going to. It's not going to be an option for them. And that's what life can be like when you have a disability. You have to find a wraparound or another way. And there's lots of things in a high school experience that they're not going to get to compete in. I mean, my son, for example, would not have been my one son would never been on a track team, but he could have done something like that. Or maybe it's performing arts or performance arts, just because they may not get to that level of competition that is required at the high school level. It's not intentional.
Right.
It's just what we live with when we have a disability. So that's why these events are so incredibly important, because it provides an extra opportunity. It provides a high school experience. It provides community support. And this one really does just brings so many different facets into it.
Right.
And again, it's all about them on that day.
All right, so what time does it start on Friday?
It starts at about 9:30. Schools will start arriving, and at about 10 till 10, we'll start the Parade of Champions.
Okay.
And it ends at 2.
Well, I'm bringing the staff with us for
I'm
an
excited.
hour, maybe 2. We're going to do live remotes and be part of it, and some videos as well to post on our Facebook page. I just want people to see how beautiful this event is. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it'll affect your life. It'll
mm-hmm.
make you think about things.
Mm-hmm.
And
it really will.
At this juncture right now in the stage of our country, we need to stop and appreciate how it can be done the right way, in a moralistic way, mm-hmm. and how love and compassion can beat everything. Because you will see this at the event. You will see kids who can't get out of their box get out of their box.
And I believe that you start to see less of the disability and you see more of the person in that regard. And that's what we need. We need that in every day. Just like, you know what? My students, my sons have a disability, but that's not who they are.
Right.
They live with that. It certainly affects every facet of their lives, but they are who they are first. Yeah. And they just happen to have that. And that's, I believe, another good byproduct that comes out of that. And the more that the community sees it and understands it, the more I believe that will continue to open up opportunities within the community for anyone with a special ability or a special need to just have other options out there.
Rockin' Rockies event
Yay.
coming up for our special needs kids at the Rock Pile Friday. Mm-hmm. And we are going to be there, and we're going to have some fun with you kids. So
I am so excited. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us do it to begin with. And, to me, this event epitomizes what our radio station tries to do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad you're letting us be part of it, because it means everything.
No, I am grateful that you are celebrating it and talking about it and helping get the word out there also about that experience. I can say it, but hearing it from other people that have experienced it, I think is very impactful also.
It sure is, and you've done it.
Well,
so,
thank you.
Bravo, and bravo, even more so to the kids. So
yes.
That's what you get to notice. That is Tammy Radican, and we'll see her on Friday morning and into lunchtime, and we will be there, and we'll be doing some live videos and obviously a live remote on the radio. And we encourage you to listen, because we're going to have some really cool interviews with these kids, man. They're the best, and I know you'll walk away appreciating what just took place. And so,
or drive by.
Yeah,
you're more than welcome to just see the hubbub and the excitement.
Well, drive by, or maybe pull out the end of the fence there and watch how things go. Mm-hmm. I would strongly urge you to do that too. Yeah. And I don't know if the school will, but hopefully they'll understand what the whole purpose of the day is.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it'll be a big deal. Mm-mm. All right. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you.
When we come back, we wrap it up for Marshall County Today. Welcome back to the show. Before we get out of here, I got to introduce a special lady here who's joined us, and we had a wonderful conversation a little while back ago, and this is Lauren Heddens from our very own Rise and Roll here in Plymouth. Rise and Roll doing some pretty special stuff to celebrate their birthday. So Rise and Roll in general, Lauren, give us a little bit of background.
Absolutely. So about 23 years ago, an Amish couple, started making some bakery items from some recipes that were handed down through the family, and they sold them right from their front porch. And finally, after enough people came by, they kind of tweaked their recipes, and they moved over to Middlebury from Shipshewana and built the facility that is now where they make all of our baked goods, our donuts, and all of that. So next Saturday, the 18th, we're going to be celebrating that anniversary, and we're going to be having a customer appreciation day there at all of our Rise and Roll locations so that we can tell our customers how great they are and how much we appreciate them.
Yeah, that's exciting. Kudos to you guys, 23 years. But there's a gentleman locally who just said, you know what, I want to bring in the Rise and Roll myself and be part of this franchise. And so in steps Dan Chamberlain.
Absolutely. And a lot of people know Dan. He's been a part of the community for a long time.
So now how long you've been with Rise and Roll?
I've been working with Dan for just under 6 years now.
6 years now. You had a lot of places to put a Rise and Roll, but you came to Plymouth. So kind of talk a little bit of the thought process of that, of coming here to this town.
Absolutely. Dan and I see the potential here in Plymouth. We know it's a growing community, and they're looking for something. They're looking for something special, and we wanted to give them that. And by putting it into the community, we have the opportunity to give back some jobs. We have the opportunity to give back to the community through donations or fundraisers, and just be a part of what's going on here. And we're excited to do that.
Well, you're doing it well, and now you're looking to even do it more and even better. Good luck with that, by the way. But I mean, because I subscribe to if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you guys are going to make it better. And so, talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys are looking to do and continue its connectivity with the community.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first off, we have that customer appreciation that's going to happen on the 18th in June, and I don't have the date for you yet, but we're going to be having our anniversary over there at the Plymouth location. I cannot believe it's already been almost 5 years since we opened that place up.
Has it really?
Oh my gosh!
Oh
yes.
wow! You just threw a curveball at me there. It just seems you guys just started.
I remember my almost first day here when I came over here to talk to you and brought you a few of those donuts.
That's awesome.
So,
well, here's the other thing. I'm glad you guys haven't changed a thing on that recipe of making your donuts, because it's just fantastic. I appreciate you bringing over some. As a matter of fact, we've been promoting a lot about if you buy a dozen donuts and you tell your reps at Rise and Roll that your cashier people that you also heard this commercial Rise and Roll on Max 98.3, you're giving an additional 6 cake donuts.
Oh yeah, our birthday cake donuts.
Cakes donuts.
Yes.
Talk about this donut, because people right now I don't think understand how special this donut is.
It is like having a slice of birthday cake. It is delicious. It melts in your mouth. It's got that icing on it that just kind of complements the flavor profile of the donut. Not overwhelming. Just that perfect touch of icing on the donut. And it's our way of giving you our cake to say to you, thank you so much for being a part of what we do here. Because like any business, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have our customers.
Absolutely. And, that's the other thing. I mean, you guys don't put any preservatives in your stuff.
No, we don't.
You are straight from the recipe. And that's why you guys are so good with what you have. And how many donut items do you have on there? And do you personalize them?
Well, we have the variety of donuts, and we change them throughout the season a little bit. We always have our standard. We have that cinnamon caramel donut, which is
the Amish crack, right?
Yeah, it's our signature
man.
donut right there. In fact, we were just having a conversation about the fact that yesterday we were announced from the Underground Donut Tour that we were nominated, and we won the best donut in America.
Nice.
So we are pretty excited about
Yeah, we
that.
gotta get that on your next commercial here. We gotta
Oh,
get that on the commercial.
absolutely. We won in a few categories.
In
but-
America?
Yes.
Number one in America.
Yes, for the cinnamon caramel and for a few other donuts, our Bavarian cream, our
Yes,
crunch donut.
that's good.
But we were a fan favorite. We were the one, and this is our third year in a row. So we can't say thank you enough to our customers for all they do, for voting for us, for telling the rest of America, hey, we have a fantastic donut here.
You got a product.
And we love it. And we love our customers for doing that.
Yeah. What's your hours here at the Plymouth office?
Here in Plymouth, we are 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. And of course, we're closed on Sunday.
Absolutely. Gosh, we haven't even talked about, you're known for your donuts, but you also have other things that you sell when you walk through that door that just, I need to go look at this. So talk a little bit about what you have.
Well, beyond the donuts, we also have a lot of other baked goods that we make. We have cookies and cinnamon rolls and pies and cream pies, fruit pies, all kinds of things like that. But even beyond that, we also have jar goods. Maybe you're looking for your favorite jam or jelly.
Raspberry jam over at your place, man. It's great.
Sauerkraut, pickled
Yeah.
beets. There's all kinds of things over there. We brought in Mackinac fudge this last year.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so we're selling fudge now in the stores from there. We have our Amish milk from the Amish Dairy Company that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, really good.
That's there. We sell quite a variety of gluten-free, not our product, but we bring it in from somewhere else so that the community has something
an
for
option.
gluten-free options.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds you've got everything going and covered in 23 years of Rise and Roll, and 5 years here. This is great. I'm excited for you guys, and give us our our main dates that we want to be promoting, and it starts next weekend.
Starts on the 18th. The 18th will be our Customer Appreciation Day.
So you'll have deals on donuts, I take
We're
it?
going to do $1 donuts for all of our regular. So
Really?
any of our regular variety of donuts, you come in, they'll be $1. And while supplies last, but
That's
we're
exciting.
excited about that.
Well, you should be, and you guys are really working hard, and I love the fact you guys are making even an extra effort in reaching out to communities. You guys, you work with companies. They call you and say, "Hey, can we have this amount of donuts?" Or it's kind of like a catering thing, isn't it, for you guys?
Somewhat. In fact, we have a wedding this weekend, and we have a donut wall in our store that you can use when you have an event. If you buy your donuts from us, and they're getting the donut wall, and they're going to use donuts for their wedding instead of a cake this year.
How about that?
So,
Isn't
yeah.
that awesome? Something
That is.
unique and out of the box. Well, they were smart in calling you guys, that's for sure. Lauren, anything else? Because I don't want to forget anything. Because you guys have been pretty busy, so I think
We are. We have a
all of
lot
it.
going on right
Yeah.
now, like everybody else, and we're just excited to see everybody come in.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and letting us be part of Rise and Roll Bakery here in
Thank you
Plymouth.
for your time too. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of each other here in the next month or so. So we're glad Rise and Roll's with us here on the Max family, to say the least. Lauren, thanks again.
Thank you.
Don't forget, get your donuts. Tell them you heard it here on Max 98.3, and you can get half a dozen free not birthday cake, but cake donuts that I promise you, it'll be the best words that ever come out of your mouth when you talk about us, because they're more than willing to make sure that they want to take care of you guys as a customer, and we're just glad we're part of it. And so again, make sure you tell the cashiers that you've heard this on Max 98.3, and you hear the Rise and Roll Bakery commercial on Max 98.3, and your Billy's going to thank you for it. Trust me. When we come back, we wrap it up.